Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're looking at a topic of women not wanting average men. Why is it so many women today act like being with an average man is some kind of punishment? Like if he doesn't make six figures, drive a luxury car, have a six-pack, he's invisible to the world. Anywho, let's get into the video.
I'm Sarah, and I'm a 10.
I'm Tyler, and I'm a 5.
And we're dating. It's not easy being a 10. I was constantly being played by other 10s, which happened a lot.
Being a 5 has its challenges too. Everyone assumes I'm her friend or her brother, but we're actually dating.
I was just minding my own business, and then I saw this aggressively hot girl with this aggressively average man. I thought to myself, they must be brother and sister. But then they started to make out, and I was like, ugh, maybe they're from Alabama. But no, they were just dating. And honestly, it made me feel pretty optimistic. If this schlubby guy can get a girl like that, maybe I can. Which would be great because, honestly, I'm pretty lonely and super horny.
Extremely hot guys can sometimes be toxic. My last boyfriend was tall, handsome, great body, amazing jawline, sexy, great hair. He was a model, glowing skin, six-pack abs, perfectly symmetrical face. But then he cheated on me. And I wanted to make sure that never happened to me ever again. So I went for something a little more secure.
People stare at us in public like this is some freakish thing, but ever heard of Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian?
My girlfriends are always telling me, what are you doing with him? Stop dating him, run, get out as fast as you can.
Wait, what?
But you know what? I can date whoever I want. And this is who I want.
Thanks, babe.
For now.
I'm a guy who's a 5.
I'm a girl who's a 10.
And we're dating.
A lot of guys are socially awkward.
I think you're a bit ignorant to like the average guy's experience.
You triggered my trap card!
Consider this, right? Most guys, the average guy today, his granddad had to put in a quarter of the work to get the kind of woman that is 4 times as amazing as the woman he's attracted.
Oh, you're talking about
his grandmother was an amazing woman and a very, very feminine, natural woman, and his granddad really didn't have to do the kind of work he has to do right now as a young man in the Western world.
So you're talking about hoflation.
What did he say?
Yes, it's hoflation.
Hoflation. So modern men have to work 5 times harder than their grandfathers did for women 20 times worse than what their grandmothers were.
Run, bitch! Run!
Would you rather marry a guy who is rich, buys you a ton of fancy shit, but cheats on you? Or marry a broke dude who can't buy you shit and he doesn't cheat?
I'm gonna say the first guy. And here's why!
This is why the red pill community exists!
Harsh truth is that society does not want or care about an average man. An even harsher question is why as a man you would be fighting to stay average. As individuals, everyone has their own unique sets of desires, purposes, passions. So for a man to want society to accept him for just being normal and average is an external rejection of his own identity and uniqueness. Every man's greatest desire is to create legacy, to have purpose, passion, to explore the greatest depths of himself. Society's job is not to support a man in staying average. It's to support him along his journey of discovering exactly why he's not.
What do you think the average guy makes in the United States? Like a household income for one person, single male. What do you think?
Average? Maybe probably like 80K.
Wow. What do you think?
400,000?
Average man
does
not make 400,000.
Yeah, we're talking about annual, right?
Yeah.
200,000?
Average man make 200,000. What do you think?
I don't know.
Girl.
I don't know.
I don't know. Realistically, with everything that just went on in the world, I don't know, maybe like 70,000. I know that sounds crazy, but average male, 70,000.
Average male, yeah.
Okay.
Before tax.
Wow, this whole time I was thinking like 60.
Interesting. Yeah, it's $37,000 a year.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, interesting. So 1% of men are over 6'3". The average, the median take-home pay is $37,000. For a household, it's $69,000 for a household. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Again, you guys are used to being, hey, I went to the club. The guy spent $15K bottleman, and he makes $4 million a year. Isn't that how most men are? No. The guy, like, seriously, if we were to go to Walmart and you were to see like the Filipino cashier who's 5'2", you don't even notice him. When it comes to dating, you literally don't even fucking see him. And that's the thing. That's one of the things we're trying to bring up is that like the world is not what you think it is.
The average guy for me would be someone who doesn't challenge opinions that are put to him. He doesn't challenge. Someone might say this, he'll go with it. that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. He's the average guy. He doesn't have a mind of his own. He's going to take whatever's fed to him. Is it podcasts? Is it media? Is it work? He's going to take that. That's his viewpoint. That's the average guy.
What pisses me off is the discourse around how women only go for the top 15% of men. Like, am I supposed to be going for the fat loser who doesn't have a job and lives at home? Am I supposed to be attracted to that? Obviously, I'm going to be attracted to the guy who's ambitious, the guy who's manly, the guy who takes care of himself and his health and works out, the guy who's tall, the guy who's going to give my kids good genetics. Why on earth would I be attracted to the fat loser? Or any loser for that matter. Even an average guy, like why, if I could pick the best of the best, why would I be attracted to the mid-tier? Like, hello, especially if I'm a top quality girl.
By whose standards? Because the way you just presented yourself is despicable. You can have a laundry list of what you're looking for in a man. That is completely fine and completely up to you. Your preferences are your preferences. But what are you bringing to the table? This? A pumpkin. You better start building more value and stop putting your eggs in one basket. Because when life hits you, it's gonna hit you fucking hard. You're not gonna get menopause, you're gonna get menoclaws. And you're fully entitled to your preferences, but you're coming off very shallow. And in my opinion, you don't deserve the top 15% of men. You deserve the top 15% of therapists.
I think the majority of men don't even get, like, men's life generally, average men, is a very lonely existence. Whereas women don't get, okay, so an average woman, can walk out of her house looking regular, in a tracksuit or like with a bonnet on or whatever, and still get attention from men. Men will be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? And the average man walking out his house does not get any attention. His DMs are dry. Yeah, he doesn't get any attention on the street.
Sounds like a rough life.
Right,
Y'all be easy out there, though.
I'm just saying, like, the average guy doesn't get the same thing that an average woman would get.
That's what Andrew Tate says, that like women don't know real loneliness because there's always someone that'll date a girl. Like even like the girls on 500-pound life have like boyfriends, but
here's the truth. The average man works hard. He's got a steady job, pays his bills, stays loyal, and handles his responsibilities. But somehow that's not enough anymore. Why? Because we're living in a time where social media has distorted reality. Instagram, TikTok, dating apps convinced women they deserve a high-value man just for existing. No work, no accountability, just vibes and entitlement. Meanwhile, good men are getting ghosted, overlooked, or used for attention. And let's be honest, not every woman is bringing above average to the table either. But the standard keeps rising for men, while accountability drops for everyone else. It's backwards now these days.
I just want a man who's like 6 foot and makes 6 figures. Is that really too much to ask? I don't think you actually want that. What do you mean? I think what you're saying is you want a man of status. Yes, that. Where can I find that? Anywhere? What? Status is very relative and often just perceived. A man can have very high status in one place and very little in someplace else. I'm confused. Do you find it attractive when men are good with children? Dad vibes? Hell yeah. Okay, so what if you met a cute middle school basketball coach whose players love him? So hot. You go on a date with him and he's just so funny and so smart. Sounds great, right? Stop teasing me. Where is this guy? Notice how I haven't even mentioned height yet? You're right. Okay, now put that same guy in a room full of former NBA players. Does he have less status? Look, he might appear to have less status in that room, but he's still that cute, funny guy whose players love him. What reason do you have to stop dating him other than there might be someone better? None, I guess. Right, you don't want status, you want competence. It's not about what he is, it's about how he makes you feel. And a competent man will always be perceived as having status. Okay, cool, whatever. Is this guy real? Can you like introduce me? He is, but he's 5'9". I'm 5 foot, I don't even know what 6 foot looks like. Nice.
So it's been this thing about only 80% of men are attractive to 20% of women. What? Y'all, are y'all shocked? So you're telling me none of y'all knew that? You telling me these videos going viral and a lot of men are overreacting and they're appalled and they're mad and they're upset? Y'all didn't know that? Y'all, that's how I know a lot of y'all don't live in the real world. That's how I know a lot of y'all only live on social media. Because if you was in the real world, you would have been on this. Look at the females with the baby daddies. Look at the females with the baby daddies, bro. Look at them. How many kids those niggas got? I guarantee they're not the first baby moms. I guarantee you that. But y'all overreacting on all these simple ass videos of these women telling the truth. This is crazy to me. And you cannot get mad, bro. You can't get mad, bro. Because you have to understand the majority of people on this earth, walking on this earth, real life people, not the people you think you see on social media, are average. So these are the average women not liking the average man. So when you get through your thick school, you be like, okay, I see. I'm in a better light now because I understand that. And knowing that all this is base level. Because the first initial attraction is what everybody's talking about. Let's keep it a G. Let's keep it a stack. It's not about when they see you and they don't like you and then they try to get to know you. It's about when they see you and they don't like you and they don't want to get to know you. Or when they see you and they like you and they do want to get to know you. That's what it's all about. It's about the initial reaction.
The reality is average women don't want average men anymore. And going back to that, the 5 things I said, 100K a year, 50 women, etc. What that does is it makes you above average. Because when you've hooked up with 50 girls, you have competence to female nature to a degree. Because the thing is with men is that you can't just sleep with girls without bringing something to the table. So if you've hooked up with 50 girls, I know off rip, you have some level of competence when it comes to female nature and not getting famoosed. Because I'm teaching guys how to come into this from a defensive standpoint. My boy Tate would say the Aikido, right? So that you don't get famoosed by girls. Because if you got your money on point, 35 years old, you got some life experience, you're in the gym, got 6 months to a year of savings, etc. You're now what I would consider like a beginner level, higher value guy. You're above average. So now you're able to command respect from women.
And let me guess, you're above average, right? You see, the thing with both men and women, we too invested in other people's love lives instead of our own. Honey, you in a museum, alone at that. People watching, shaming from the shadows. Why not put your big girl panties on, walk over to the couple, tell the woman just how mid you think her man is, and then turn to him and tell him how you said, y'all don't know how good you have it to be so mid and be walking around with a girl who's clearly out of your league. Because in other words, that's what you're saying. This is no different than trolling on the internet. You are so out of tune with life that you filming them. And with the brilliant person that you are, after that, then turn the camera to you and show yourself and then post it online so that when it goes viral, they know exactly who did it. Are you okay? You do realize we can see you, right? You do realize that you don't know what mental state people are in, and they know that you filmed them. They know the reason that they are viral is because you were being a creep. So on the small chance that they see you in real life and want to cause harm to you, for somebody who's clearly an expert on pointing out what's mid, this is mid behavior on your behalf. Silly games get silly prizes, is all I'm saying. Respectfully, of course. Sensational.
Women say they want a real man. For example, someone who holds all their doors and holds their hand and is faithful. And while these men do exist, and a lot of them are blue collar, those things come with sacrifices. And I heard a song recently by Dax. It's called A Real Man. And I have never heard a song that is more relatable, especially to blue collar men, but probably any man, when it comes to relationships. He talks about how you can't have a man who is making money, but is always home. Because it's true. They either have time or they have money. They don't have both. He also talks about how women want a man who shows emotions and wears his heart on his sleeve, but you can't expect it to never rip at the seams. And that metaphor was so real to me, especially when he talks about how do you not look him in the eyes and see and hear him when he's silently screaming. Real men, good men, do exist, just like real women and good women do exist. But as always, nothing good comes for free, and there are sacrifices. based upon what you want and are looking for. So if you haven't heard that song, I highly recommend you go and listen to it. Man or woman, white collar, blue collar, or in between. Go and give that song a listen and see what it means to you.
Hey man, my first realization that I could not compete with certain niggas was back in high school when me and my friends was talking to this one girl, and she looked at us with a straight face and said she thought the average male
was 10 inches. 10 inches? Who the fuck are you fucking on a daily basis, ma'am? Mandingo? Excuse me, ma'am? Pineapples. Pineapples. Get me out of here. Get me out. I don't like here. I'm scared. I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
So here's my take. Stop chasing fantasy and start appreciating reality. The average guy might be the one who actually builds a life with you if you don't overlook him first. Anyway, I'm done. If this hit a nerve, maybe you needed to. Like, comment, and subscribe, or don't. I'm still going to say what needs to be said.